Okay. Let's see how we go. Nothing behind. Alright. So we made it. It's the end of the week, Friday. My week since working for myself just disappear. It goes so fast every week. I'm excited Monday's starting because I've got a full week ahead of me, to work on the businesses, which is awesome. And then before you know it, it's like, it's nearly the end of the week. And then before you know it, it's the end of the week. And you're going into the weekend. And it's like, what the hell just happened? Because last Friday, I started working on a feature for Navexa. And I was like, this will take maybe a day, maybe 2 days to finish. So I thought I'd be finished Monday. And here we are on Friday, still coding it. It is super close though. I'm just doing final bits and pieces. Got to do a bunch of migration scripts and things for the database, but blah, blah, blah. But it should be today. So in the end, it took a week. And this happens all the time. I mean, that's kind of the story of the entire project, because back when I started investing and I thought about, I could build a portfolio tracker, and so many people I've talked to or seen online have been like, we just build our own portfolio tracker. And that's one of those people. And back in 2017 when I started coding Navexa, which is quite a while now, I was like, how hard can it be, Make a portfolio tracker, show some graphs and stuff, it'll be easy. Well, I tell you, it's not easy. I mistakenly thought it was easy because I had like a few stocks, I just bought some stuff and held it. And a couple of other things, I'd bought it and sold it and thought, that'll be easy. And it was easy. But I remember maybe a year or so in, I put up a post on Reddit, and I was like, I'll get some customer feedback and see what people think. And as soon as the post went on Reddit, man, I just got ripped to shreds, Straight away, people were like, your product doesn't do this, doesn't do that. And I was like, you know what, you're right, it doesn't do that. I'd never even thought of that. And so it had some super major holes that ended up taking years to kind of sort out. There's just so many permutations. It's complex investment analytics product. And it's taken a long time. But it's one of those projects that it's so complex and so difficult, but it's definitely my passion project is Navexa. Like, there's so many other businesses I could do that would be a lot easier to make money quickly, but ultimately I get bored of it, get sick of it, probably give up or end up resenting the project. But Navexa, like I was saying, first line of code went down, I think, late-ish 2017. So it's coming up 7 years this year, and it's still like I've still got ideas of like, I definitely want to code that, and it'd be so cool if it did this. And like, I plan on being an investor for the rest of my life, and investing in stocks, maybe a bit of crypto here and there. And so I'm always going to need a tool like Navexa, and I can't imagine where it's like I would want to use someone else's product where I'm not in control of what the vision of the product is or what new features are going to get built. And while I mostly take feedback from our customers as it is, there's always still a bit of, the odd selfish feature in there that I know that I'm going to use myself. But the perfect feature that I built for Navexa is when customers have asked me a lot for it, and it's something I also would use. And the triple threat is a feature that is in high demand money-wise. So it's like people want it, I want it, and people are willing to pay for it. And that is it's like a perfect kind of triangle of requirements. When a feature like that comes up, that one is really good to build. Fulfills everyone, fulfills all the requirements. So, pulling up at the gym, back-to-back day, do back on a Friday, and it's going to be really good. Last night we had family around, a bag of chips was put out, ended up eating a few hundred calories of chips. Not ideal, but all the more reason to get into the gym today, go really hard, get rid of those chips out of the system. So I'll see you after. Okay, this new phone rig is not the easiest to set up, but we're here. I'm going. So I just finished at the gym again. Brutal, which is good. I'm really trying to step it up lately. So once you've been going for as long as I have, it's really difficult to kind of get those extra gains, but I'm here for it, in pursuit of the gains. But one thing I realized while I was working out was that, and I think this is the reason why I love all these things, is the gym, investing in stocks, and business are all about taking brutal punishment in the short term with seemingly no result, and just trusting that in 6 months or 12 months that you're going to get a result. And the gym was just like that. My final exercise, I was doing some abs, as you do, and it's just brutal. Like, if you've ever worked out abs, you know what I'm talking about. But I just have to remember in that moment, keep pushing, it's burning, it's hurting, it sucks. But, 6 months, you're going to have some good looking abs, And it's same in business, just showing up, pushing till it hurts, like getting into an uncomfortable amount of work. Especially, I think, for me in areas that I'm not an expert in, like I'm a software developer, so coding is easy. But the marketing side of things is the really tricky one. So I just need to remember, don't just start some marketing stuff and then when it gets tricky, take the foot off the gas, So just treat it like my ab workout just then. Keep pushing until it's uncomfortably difficult. But that's where the real gain's going to be, I think so anyway. And the part of the reason I'm recording these meetings is so that I can watch them back later and learn my own lesson, because as you know, or you may not know, it's so hard to take your own advice. I think everyone knows what they need to do, really. But people are way better at giving advice to someone else than they are to themselves. myself included. So if somebody came to me in my exact position, I'd be like, you know what, you got to stop doing this, cut that out, and you got to start doing more of that. And it would be so obvious to me because I'm telling someone else. But the fact is, when I'm looking at my own situation, what I'm doing now, I can say the same things, but then you're like, I want to do this other thing, and I've got to do this thing. I just suck at it. People suck at it. So I'm hoping doing these videos for you to watch. I can also watch it back and hopefully go, damn, that was good advice. I've got to do that today. But I think if you're thinking about starting a business, or you've always wanted to start a business, you can't really know until you're doing it, but it's extremely difficult in the short term and even in the medium term. But when things go well, it's better than anything else you could do career-wise. Like, I was doing pretty well as a software developer. I made it to senior engineer, heading towards kind of officially being a tech lead. I was already doing a lot of tech lead stuff before I left. But even at that peak, earning whatever a tech lead earns, which is good money, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing in comparison to like you hitting something big in business and seeing like all these customers you're helping, plus all the money that you're bringing in. For me, there's nothing better. Nothing better, and I wouldn't give up any job for it. And like the last, there's peaks and troughs, of course, because like the last maybe 8 or 9 months, I've earned less this year by far than I would have if I was just an IT contractor. But I'm investing all that money and time into a bigger future return. So it's just like what I was saying earlier, like I'm taking a brutal short-term hit, and it is brutal. Some days it keeps me up at night, but long-term focus, looking ahead. So we're pulling up at home. Have an awesome day. I'm going to finish this feature that I've been coding. It cannot bleed into next week. Post some more videos. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for a weekend rant. Then crash the car again. Get after it.